Okay guys, now we have the Alien Covenant xenomorph in the package. It's the same packaging as the neomorph, same skull and all the branding, licensing, and titles. It's packaged in the neomorph thing for some reason. But that's not really a big problem for me. I bet you could find the right box online, but mine is, with the neomorph picture there instead of the xenomorph one. But that's fine. It's cool. Alright, so let's get him out of the box. Okay, so now we have the xenomorph out of the packaging, and he is so big that I actually can't get the whole figure on camera, so I'll kind of have to pan down and stuff. So here we have the xenomorph out of the packaging. He doesn't come with any accessories, so I thought I'd just get straight into the figure. This is actually really hard to work with because I have to keep him far back while I film, so I'll just try to move the camera. Alright, so first, I think we should just take a look at the detail on his legs. And man, it looks really muscly and just hard, just very alien-like, really. I mean, it does look really good. One complaint I do have is there's no, you can't really point the joint on his ankle, so I don't know if he's just supposed to stand like that. But it looks like this is a whole foot, so I'm gonna try to point it down a little bit so then I can stand him up better. But it does kind of look like he's supposed to stand like that, so that's alright. But let's see. So with his articulation, he has a bend here. Does he have a bend up here? Yeah, he has double jointed knees, but the upper ones are very stiff. Same with the elbow, so I'm not gonna mess around with them too much right now. I think I went over this. He has toe joint right here and some ankle pivot. Then at the knee, he has some rotation. He can kick out about that far. It's not very far, and he can't kick back at all, sadly. Oh yeah, one complaint is you can kind of see the joint through this right here. But it's not too much of a complaint. So here, I'm just gonna. Here, I'm sorry. Just give me a second. Okay, so this should be a little bit better for the torso. So now, his tail articulation uses the bendy wire, but I don't want to get it in focus. But there is really nice details on it. It's serrated all the way down. It looks really nice. I like that. Then for his torso, it looks very skeletonized muscle. Here he has the abdomen, all it looks like he has no skin on him almost. It looks like it's all just skeleton and muscle. See the ribs. It looks like a very strange muscular structure. And the legs are very thick when the arms very, very skinny, which is a little bit strange to me. But I feel like it gives it a weird, cool contrast sort of thing. And he has 6 fingers on each hand. And then he has some traits of the newer xenomorphs, the little spikes that come out of his back, but they're a lot closer together and stuff. Let's see what else. So he can move his arm about that much forward. He has a rotation here. And he has a little bit of a hinge, but it only goes out that far. He has double jointed elbows, but this one's very stiff, so I don't want to mess with it. He has wrist rotation and wrist hinge. And then his head rotation, and he can look down that far and up. It's just vertical, actually. Then he has an extending jaw, but I can't really get it out. It's very stiff. I don't know if it actually. Wait, no, it is supposed to come out of his mouth, but I'll just have to mess around with it a little bit because I can't get it out. But let's try to do some size comparisons. Okay, so now we're going to do some size comparisons, and I have to take the camera off the stand for this. So As you can see, Giant Man is pretty much the same height as this xenomorph, and this is a gigantic xenomorph. It's bigger than any of the other ones we've had, mainly because of like this, like the way the ankles are, like the feet are like pivoted up, so like it gives him like a inch on the like up, but honestly, like the legs are very long. As you can see, the Neomorph is half his size. And I was gonna have them fighting each other on the shelf, but now I think it's an unfair fight, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then we have Captain America as like our human 6-inch base, and he's like up to the Xenomorph's waist, which is very small if you ask me. Alright, but now to get into my overall review. Okay, so for my overall review of the figure, I honestly think this is an amazing figure. I'm gonna be panning around this fight scene that I developed with the Neomorph and the Xenomorph, just while I talk about the figure. So, I mean, the extending jaw is gigantic compared to all of the other ones. This figure is probably one of the biggest Xenomorphs we've ever gotten, besides the Queen. And as you can see, the review station is very destroyed. It's like very messy right now. But man, I mean, this figure is so cool. You can pose them in all these different ways. They both of these Alien Covenant figures look very scary and stuff. Very much like the movie. I think this figure is probably a 9 out of 10 for me though, because it's just the details amazing, the articulation's amazing. It's very. On most figures, like the stands, like it's hard to pose them on the stand because of their weight distribution. But on this figure, like he's leaning all the way forward, and like the stand doesn't even wrap around his leg, and he's fine. And he's like jumping at this Neomorph here, who's like, "Oh no, I'm only 7 inches." He's like, "I'm 9 inches." Yeah, but like I love this figure. I recommend it to anybody. I mean, I don't know how long these are going to be in stores. I mean, it seems like they're going to be there for a while because they haven't sold out anywhere yet, from my knowledge. But I'm glad I picked them up, and you should do the same thing as I did. Pick them up and just wait for the mail to come. And then open them up, and then pose them in these cool battle scenes, I wish we got something like this in the movie, but it's cool. I'm going off the track. Action Figure Jump Squad,